Hello, and welcome to 3 PKs on a podcast.
Hello.
I'm Emily, one of the PKs, with my 2 brothers, also PKs.
Hello.
I was trying out my PK podcast voice.
I don't know. It sounded like...
After 40 some odd episodes, I think you would have had that down by now. I don't know.
Hey, it's never too late to sound a little more
therapist
professional.
Podcast.
That's a good way to
Professional.
describe it, like a therapist voice.
Hello. And how does that make you feel? How did
Are you
that
saying my voice is therapeutic? Because I think that's what you indirectly said.
the voice
I've
you were
always
using
therapeutic
sounded like a
voice.
therapist. It doesn't mean that a therapist doesn't always sound therapeutic. They're just trying to. Sometimes too hard.
I think he said that you were trying too hard. That's what he indirectly said.
I suppose so.
Okay. Well. Do you smell that?
I don't.
Do you smell anything right now?
Should I?
No, I don't.
You don't smell anything?
I don't smell anything. I'm sorry.
Do you smell anything, Matthew?
At the moment, no.
Oh. Well, I'm cooking something very interesting for the well tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm...
Do tell, please. Have anything you would like to share with the class?
Yes. Well, I'm going to share it with everyone at the well, but
okay.
But since this will come out to
by the time you're
audience
hearing it,
after,
this has already happened.
I'll share it with you guys. So it's called, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Coladet? I don't know. So
okay.
What's in it?
Meat.
Okay.
Chicken.
I would say that's vague.
Chicken.
Meat is vague.
We're kind of continuing.
Cow tongue.
We're continuing our theme from last week a little bit.
Okay.
So it's meat jello.
I feel like I've heard of it. Yes, actually, did one of our friends
mentioned
tell us about this?
Well.
He talked about it at the well.
Okay.
So I
know
looked
what you're
up how
talking
because
about.
when he first mentioned it, I thought that sounds completely disgusting.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty gross.
It's funny because you're like, you said that. I'm like, that sounds completely disgusting. And then I'm like, I feel like I've had this conversation before. And
but
I remember,
as I
okay.
thought about it, I'm like, maybe it's not as bad as I think.
Well, now we'll find out.
So, provided I'm making it
It's
accurately.
a bad thought process to start anything with. Maybe it's not as bad as I think.
Maybe.
So,
This isn't as bad of an
You
idea.
may be right. It may not be as bad as you think, but it could still be bad. Or it could be as bad as you think, or worse, or it could be good. But it's a bad thought process to start with.
yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm like, okay, let's try this since we've been trying like unusual things at the well. I'm like, in a certain part of the world, this is not unusual. Apparently, in like Europe, this is like all the rage, or at least Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe.
So I look it up how to make it. And it's talking about this process that takes like 7 hours. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Fun.
So because what you have to do is get like meat with like bone in it. And you're basically cooking the bone until the collagen comes out of the bone in order to make it into like a gelatinous substance.
Collagen?
Yeah.
What's collagen?
It's a substance.
Has made me very wary.
You heard it here, folks. It's a substance.
Anyway, so it's basically how you get jello.
Oh, got ya. Okay.
The gelatin is from the bone. Like, I don't know if you knew that, but jello actually comes from
a bone. Okay.
From bone of animals.
I feel like I've heard that before, but...
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that doesn't ruin anyone's fruit salad. I'm sorry.
Well, the first time I heard it, I didn't believe my source because of their history of reliability.
Oh, yeah.
but
so anyway, so this is like doing it the hard way. And I said I'm not.
Instead of like buying it from the store.
Like if I'm going to spend 7 hours on something, it's not going to be something I've never tried before. It's going to be something that I'm confident it's going to taste good. So I'm like,
well, that's not because then if it's something you never tried before and it has to take 7 hours, then you'll never try it because
not necessarily.
Something.
If somebody else spends 7 hours on it, it's fine.
Yeah, but then you won't try making it yourself.
So you've tried it and then
I'll try making it myself if I know it tastes good.
Oh, if you know when it's done right, it tastes good. So
if
you've never tried this at all.
Correct. If somebody handed me meat jello and I tasted it and I'm like, this is amazing. Jello. My life has been changed forever. And they're like, oh, BT dubs, it takes 7 hours to make.
You might be willing.
I might be willing to do it.
But since
I've
never
had it.
Okay.
So, and
okay.
There's like one person that I've heard, well, besides the internet, was saying yes, this is good, but
and we can always trust the internet. Yes.
So only one person is telling me, oh yeah, this is good, and I'm like, well, what if they're wrong? What if because I've had people.
So question, I'm confused though. You've never tried this before, and it takes 7 hours. So why you're doing it now then, you're saying?
Except for I said, there's got to be a way you can do this faster.
Got you. Okay.
And I thought, well, if the goal is to make it into gelatin, why not just get gelatin? Like broth and add gelatin to the broth? Unflavored gelatin.
I was going to say you have to get the unflavored because otherwise it'll taste like fruit.
Yeah, we're not doing like cherry meat jello.
Why
is nasty.
Actually, would that work? I don't
know. Orange could work.
Cherry actually could
like orange chicken.
Like a dark cherry would work better than orange.
Dark cherry could work with beef.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
That's true.
Chocolate though, that probably wouldn't work.
Actually, sometimes you can do like a little bit of like.
I don't know about chocolate gelatin.
I've watched enough Food Network to know you can pair chocolate with meat.
You can. If you
some
try
of the
hard
flavors
enough.
actually could work. Come to think of it, like
one word, bacon. You can do bacon and chocolate.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bacon and jello.
I've never heard.
That would be bad.
That's called bacon grease. That's called cooled bacon grease.
I've never heard of chocolate jello, though.
Oof.
Is that a thing?
I feel like it might be, but I don't really know.
Anyway, so this process should only take about 2 hours. And really, 2 hours is just the meat.
It's much better.
So right now what's happening is it's like simmering and all the flavors are blending and... Because I've added like a little onion, a little garlic, a little
but
carrot.
Unflavored jello or gelatin.
Yeah. And I decided... Okay. So what it said is to just add water. Like you stick the meat in water.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to start with flavor. So I actually did bone broth with the chicken. So we'll see. We'll see if it... And so hopefully the person that told us that it tastes good is able to make it tomorrow to tell me if... this tastes the way it's supposed to taste.
Because
if we're like, ugh, but it's not supposed to taste like ugh,
then you'll know that you did it
wrong.
Then
I know that I did it wrong.
And you'll be glad you didn't spend 7 hours on it.
Exactly.
On the other hand, if
and that
it
we need somebody
like,
else to spend 7 hours to show us how it really is supposed to taste.
On the other hand, if it tastes like ugh, and the person that said it tastes good says, oh no, that's good, that's how it's supposed to taste, then you realize... I just don't like that dish.
Also glad that I didn't spend 7 hours on it.
If it doesn't taste good, either way, you're glad it didn't take 7 hours. I don't know if that got picked up on the microphone.
I don't know if it did or not.
I don't think
it did. In case it did, this is what we heard. So in a little bit, we're going to be doing our... backed by popular demand, our Bible trivia. And someone has misplaced my buzzer. I think it was sabotage.
No, it was not.
By the way, it was not me. I'm just throwing that out there.
Why would the host sabotage?
I don't know, but I just thought it was sabotage because mine is missing. And
no, I had them both in computer bag because I've used some of the buzzers for things at church before, and that's the last place I remember seeing the buzzer, and then I don't know where it is, so I think it just got misplaced at church.
So Nathan's buzzer is available, but the only other buzzer available, because the red one is also missing, the only one that's available is this one. Which sounds like you have the wrong answer. I don't want that.
Hopefully for me, she will have the wrong answer sometimes.
I decided to look for an app to download that has different sound effects, and I'm not really thrilled with all of them.
That was one of them. What you heard before.
Well, yeah. So I accidentally still had the app up, and when I was
readjusting,
I was moving around, and I accidentally hit the burp sound effect. But that's not the one that I'm going to choose.
I was like, oh, that's what.
No,
locked in your
there was all these sound effects, and that was the one she chose.
Yeah, out of about 20, that was her favorite. Which is kind of like me.
I was
actually.
going to say that isn't actually
not,
beyond.
Not outside of the realm of possibilities.
Beyond possibility.
But I think I'm going to do this one. Which, incidentally, that one is named Game Winner. So I think that's more of why I'm picking
it.
It
has a game show correct answer sound to it.
Yeah.
As opposed to Game Loser.
I don't remember what we were talking about before.
Meat jello.
I was rudely meat jello.
Meat jello.
And then the burp sound effect. Spitting. So anyway,
that's you not spending 7 hours on it. I think is what we were saying.
That's what we've got cooking right now.
There you go.
Wah, 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 wah.
See, we have some of our own sound effects. We could use that every time you lock in your answer. We could do this.
Ooh, snap. Ouch.
Yes, that was meant to be a burn. But I'm only joking. Ooh, that was not meant to be a pun, but that was actually good. No?
I missed it.
I said it was meant to be a burn, but I'm just joking. And it was it wasn't meant to be a pun. I just realized it was clever. At least I thought it was clever. I realized it was clever.
You're just like, I thought it was clever.
No.
I'm sorry, I just missed it, but that's okay.
You know how if I wanted to press a sound effect, I'd have to reach over. I think that's kind of what you were doing.
You have to
reaching.
I think you were reaching for that one.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
So speaking
what
of...
What else is new? Speaking of reaching.
Oh, no. No, I was just thinking, because we've already talked about the
Bible
trivia, do we want to transition into Bible trivia, or I guess there's other things we need to talk about first? Is there? I don't know.
I mean, is
asking.
A strong word, as I say often.
Well, I think we could talk about other things before then.
Okay.
Good.
So, just kidding. Hold your horses with Bible trivia.
There you go.
Soak. Okay.
All right.
Bible trivia time.
Apparently
we go.
I
hope you...
So I have a question.
Now.
Okay.
Are we keeping our same scores?
I think at this long period of time, it would be worth resetting the scores. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think that would be
especially
a good idea,
since I don't remember what the previous score was.
I just know she was ahead.
I have 2 sets of scores still left on my thing,
because
so I don't know
on one
if
of our lost
it's the 397,500 or it's 45,000. Probably 45,000.
On our lost episode, one of our lost episodes, as we mentioned last week, we did a round of Bible trivia where we had reset the scores.
Oh,
so
we have to reset them again.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
technically, I do remember the scores, but that was because it was on the lost episode. But
okay,
I think we reset it.
All right.
So
we'll clear the
turning
air.
over a new leaf.
There you go. So first, I'm going to say, of course, it probably should be pretty easy, so each, if I recollect correctly, each is worth 10,000. Correct?
I think so.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So each is worth 10,000, and there is I will say that there is a bonus question. Remind me if I forget about it at the end. There'll be a bonus question.
Okay.
All right.
So pay close.
Is that
Oh,
worth
I
10,000?
can't erase.
But you should.
I can't
pay.
erase my 397,000. See, look, it's stuck in there.
Yeah. You look like you're trying really hard. I know it's been on there for a while, so we just have to. Yeah. Anyway.
You know what else is still on my scoreboard?
What?
My koala.
Koala.
Oh.
Koala. Oh, yes. For a refresher, our teams are the Super Sleuths and the Clever
That's
Ducks.
me.
The Clever Ducks.
There you go. All right. So pay close attention to all the different questions because that'll help you with the bonus question later.
We're not racing to answer these, right?
No. Once you've made your I'll ask the question, you write down your answer, and once you do, you lock in your answer with your sound, which
my sound is this.
And there you go. And then we'll reveal the answers, and you keep your score of whatever you got. The first question is this. Pick the odd one out. Which of the following is not a pair of books in the Bible? 1st and 2nd Corinthians, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Matthew, 1st and 2nd Peter. Pick the odd one out. Which of the following is not a pair of books in the Bible? 1st and 2nd Corinthians, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Matthew, 1st and 2nd Peter. All right, 1 second here. You both have your answers in, correct?
That is correct.
All right. There we go. Okay. All right, Clever Ducks, what did you say the correct answer was?
I said 1st and 2nd Matthew.
Okay, and Super Sleuth said?
Same.
And that is correct. 1st and 2nd Matthew are not a pair of books in the Bible.
You just said my answer. Whatever Dathan's answer is, no. I'm kidding.
Snap. Okay.
Except for I locked my answer in first.
Ooh, snap.
Well, yeah, you could just say it same as Nathan and then lock that in. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, and I may or may not have chose that slightly because it's my name, but no, not entirely, but I guess it's one of my favorite books of the Bible because I have the same. Anyway, okay. All right. So here we go. This one, I'll do that one last because I think it's a harder one. So we'll do the easy one first. How many books of the Bible were written by the Apostle Peter, or not the Apostle Peter, the Apostle John? How many books of the Bible were written by the Apostle John? A, 1.
Oh, I think.
B, 3. C, 5. D, 7. E, 9. How many books of the Bible were written by the Apostle John? A, 1. B, 3. C, 5. D, 7. E, 9. And both teams have locked in their answers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, Clever Ducks, what did you say the correct answer was?
I said C4. No, I'm just kidding. C5.
Correct. You said your answer was C.
C.
Okay. And the Super Sleuth said?
My answer was 5.
Fair enough. Yeah, yes. The correct answer is 5 or C. C. 5.
Hey, Matthew.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
See, I think you kind of gave that one to us because originally I was like, oh, it's 4. And then I'm like, oh. So I think it could have tripped us up a little bit if one of the answers was 4. Because I thought 1st, 2nd, 3rd John and then Gospel of John. But then I was like, no, wait. Revelation.
Yep, there you go. So it was the Gospel account of John, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, and then Revelation.
See, when you said Peter, but you're like, wait, I messed up. I thought you were gonna say Paul. I'm like, that was gonna
I was like, oh man, it's gonna take a while.
Take a second for me to count.
Yeah, right. All right, so this one,
although if it was multiple choice, it probably would have been slightly easier, but
that's true.
Perhaps, unless it's like 11, 12, and 13.
You know what you could do. It'd probably be easiest is to do. There's 27 books in the New Testament, and then just start subtracting 4 Gospels, Acts,
5 from John, 2 from Peter,
the 3 Johns, Revelation,
2
Peter's,
from Peter,
James and Jude,
and
And the rest?
That's it, right?
Well, I think Hebrews is not. It's actually not definitely known. I think it was either.
I think it's traditionally considered.
I think it's
right.
not definitely known that it's Paul, but it's traditionally attributed to Paul, I believe.
I don't remember if it's a.
I think.
I don't remember if it was
what
a question.
What about Titus
then.
and Philemon?
Yeah, I believe those are letters of Paul.
Those are both Paul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are from Paul too.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So then wait.
You just start going through it and Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews.
It's what, 14?
Is that 14, I think?
That sounds about right.
I think.
See, I'm thinking 15.
I don't know. Anyway.
But that was not one of the questions.
That was not the question.
That was not one of the questions.
It should have been. But it's not. Okay. All right. So
we're glad it wasn't.
Here's the third question here. All right. True or false?
I got a 50% chance of getting this one right.
Yeah, but you got to pay attention here.
Yeah.
This is a correctly ordered portion of the books of the Bible. In other words, they are in the correct order.
Oh.
Habakkuk, Zechariah, Haggai, Zephaniah, Malachi. True or false? This is a correctly ordered portion of the books of the Bible. Habakkuk, Zechariah, Haggai, Zephaniah, Malachi.
Can you say it one more time?
True or false? This is a correctly ordered portion of the books of the Bible.
Not that part, just the books part.
Habakkuk, Zechariah, Haggai, Zephaniah, Malachi.
Hang on.
See, I thought this would be a little bit harder because they're... The clever ducks have locked in their answer.
You can't look it up. Oh, no. Okay. I saw you with your phone.
No.
She was locking in her answer.
Okay.
All right.
Answer.
All right.
The clever ducks. Was that the correct order?
I said false. That is the incorrect order. Or one of many possible incorrect orders.
Okay. And
also false.
And that is the correct answer. It is false. The correct...
That is true.
True, it is false.
True, it's false. The correct order of that portion is Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi.
Okay. I actually decided to write them down really quick, and then I could see them and then think about it.
Yeah, that's
true,
That's why I asked for a third time to make sure I wrote it down. Because every time you said it, though, I was like, "That's not right."
Yeah, I usually have to start further back. Jonah, Micah, Naaman, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. I can run that faster in my head than just those by themselves.
Yeah.
But.
See, was it like the Book of Books that had a song about all of the
66 books
all
in the whole Bible. Each one a special
it wasn't
part.
called
the Book of Books.
No, it was
the Great Book. Maybe
Amazing Book.
The Amazing Book.
So this is kind of an easy bonus question, I think.
I think all the questions were easy.
Well, so the bonus question is: there was a common theme between all three of today's questions. What was that theme? You've locked it in that quick?
I didn't write it down, though.
Oh, well.
Sorry. I guess I should write it down.
Yes. There was a common theme between all three of today's questions. What was that theme? Are you locking in your answer now that you've written it down? Or?
Well, I already locked it in.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Clever Ducks, what do you say the theme was?
Books of the Bible.
And Super Sleuth said?
Books of the Bible.
And that is correct. And I don't remember if I mentioned, but bonus question is 5,000.
5,000 each.
I must have forgotten to mention that, but that's okay.
I feel gypped.
So everyone got the questions correctly, which means that it is a tie between the Clever Ducks and the Super Sleuths.
But I feel like it's more like I'm still winning because I'm the reigning champion. So until
really, Okay.
Until I pass you.
Until he passes me, I'm still kind of the winner.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Sure, let's go with that. No,
I think that's so.
Well, since we reset the scores, technically no.
If it makes you feel better. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Kidding.
So that is our
Hey,
Bible
truth
trivia.
is truth.
That is our Bible trivia for this week. Tune in for next time we have Bible trivia, whenever that is.
Bow.
All right.
I didn't do like the ow at the beginning.
I know.
that I normally do.
It was missing. It was so.
It was missing.
It's almost become part of the thing to me.
Opening sound.
Anyway.
Opening song.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it? What?
No.
On the Bible trivia opening bumper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I go,
Ow! Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember
sometimes.
that.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it this time.
Well,
Yeah.
this time I threw you off because I was like, oh, we're not going to transition into this. But
That's
then,
true.
just kidding. Yes, we are.
Which reminds me of something I was going to throw in beforehand, because I said need is a strong word. I've always thought it was strange when someone said, would you like to go ahead and do this? You know, they'll say that at work. Would you like to go ahead and do some dishes? That's a strong word.
Yeah.
Yes, I will, and gladly, but do I want to?
Yeah.
Want and need.
Well, I mean, and I'm still pretty literal, but I've improved much over the years. But yeah, when I was like younger, I was very, very literal. So yeah, I would, if somebody were to ask me, I'd be like, no, thank you. Like, not trying to be facetious. Like, you gave me an option. I don't want to do it.
Right.
Would I like to?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, just tell me
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
is your job.
I'm like kind
I mean,
of
you
the
can
same
say,
way.
you can be polite and be like, please go do this. But to say, would you like to go do that?
No,
Because
I would
then
like
I
to
take
not.
it as like passive aggressive. Like, so then I just want to be passive aggressive back and then be like,
Just drop the word
Thank
like
you.
and you'll be fine. Would you go do this? Then
Yeah.
Would you do this? Yes. Yes, I would.
yeah.
Do you need to?
I mean, it doesn't mean I always don't want to do something. It just mean
Would you
I
need
think
to
in a
drop
very
the
No,
word
I
literal
pretty
way.
much always don't want to do dishes. I'm gonna
Well, yeah, dishes.
throw that one
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's my least favorite task across
See,
all
I
planes.
kind of like doing dishes. I don't know why. I feel like it's therapeutic, but I don't know.
I would
That's
keep
just
that
me.
in mind.
What's weird though, like, is sometimes if like almost all of the dishes are done, and like unloading them and trying to see where like things fit, like if we run out of space in the cabinet or something,
Well,
that
see,
isn't
what I
as
don't like.
as relaxing.
I
but-
could do a lot easier when there's more dishes and there's a bunch, or if there is a bunch of plates and bowls that go in specific order and a bunch of cups that go in a specific order and spot. That's fine because I'm an organized brain. When it's like there's pots and pans because we were cooking something and that's all that's left because all the plates already got washed and everything, and I have to figure out how to jigsaw that into the dishwasher. That's what I don't like. Like if it's organized, like pop it right in place, it's okay. But if it's like you have to put the pots and pans and jigsaw it, I'm like, nope, all the cups go like this, and there's this many that fit here, and you know.
That's interesting.
And then you jigsaw the what's left if there's not enough to fill the whole dishwasher. But
That's interesting. I don't usually like think that hard into it, but
I have to organize my dishes in the sink as I'm washing them too. I just have to
I've
do that.
noticed that.
Yeah.
I like have to do it enough to get a space to like think and work sort of, but like I don't have to do all of them.
Yeah.
Before, I put them in.
I'm like somewhere in between. So I have certain places that I usually put specific dishes within the dishwasher,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have to clean up the
All of
space. Because
them.
to me, I'm like, if I take time to like organize the dirty dishes, then it's going to take me longer to get this done. And I really don't enjoy this. So I want this
And
to
that's
end
why
as
it takes
soon as
me longer.
possible.
That's why it takes me longer, because I have to organize everything. And I
then-
usually goof off. I usually listen to music or podcast plug. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, usually it's sometimes podcasts, but it's usually like music, or I have like the TV going or something, and I'll half watch, and then I'm like watching the episode, and then do some dishes, and then watch them. So, which in that sense it's sometimes fun, but.
I will say that doing dishes after you've done the dishes, like doing the next load, is kind of fun because it's already all organized.
Everything's all organized. Yeah. There you go. So how do you do dishes? Let us know.
I remember when we used to have to do them by hand. That was not fun.
Yeah.
Because when we first moved here, it was a house that did not have a dishwasher.
And then we were able to find a little countertop
I never knew it existed until we needed one.
Which that one, I mean, it was tiny, but we were very thankful for it.
It was a lot better than nothing.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You couldn't use the kitchen sink while you were using it because you actually had to hook the water supply up to the faucet of the sink.
Yeah.
I mean, you could press a little button on the side of it to get it.
Yeah. So for those of you without a dishwasher, we do feel your pain.
We understand.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, no. Definitely. That was a long time ago. Do you realize we've been in Florida for 10 years?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel like it.
In March, it was 10 years. February, March, it was 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been quite an adventure.
I don't know. Around 8 or 9 years, it started to feel like, oh, yeah, we've been here for 10 years. I'm like, oh, wait, no, we haven't been there quite that long yet. But.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is I was talking with a patient that was visiting the area, and they were asking me, places to eat, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how to eat a lot.
You still felt like you're new to the area.
I know.
And then you realized
I've been here 10 years, but we used to go out to some places, but some of the places that we liked, changed ownership or whatever, and so
there's a really good pizza place downtown, but then we used to live closer to it as well.
I do know the pizza place because that's what I told him. I said, I'm not really a fancy restaurant kind of girl. I'm a burgers and pizza.
Yeah. So
I could tell him all the burger and pizza places.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I could tell you where all 4 McDonald's are.
See, I for the longest time, probably couldn't tell you that because I would always forget, one of them off the main road. It's, sort of hidden, but, not quite hidden. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can think of 3. I think there are 4, I think. Yeah.
I can think of 4.
I can only think of 3. So.
There you go.
And one of them was the hidden one that I always forget about. So clearly there's another one I forget about.
The hidden one?
Yeah, it's off of...
by the highway or?
No. Off of 41.
They're all off of 41.
No, three of them are.
3 of them are.
One of them is near the interstate.
Yeah, okay, correct.
Okay.
Sorry, but I think all the 3 that he's thinking of are off of 41.
There's one up north, one down south, and then there's one in the middle. I always forget about the one in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go.
But I don't feel like it's hidden because it's...
Yeah, but I always forget about it.
It's hidden to you.
It's
hidden to you.
Well, I feel like there's a couple of other businesses.
We are going to get a new Wendy's near the highway.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is one. There's a McDonald's near the highway, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's where the 4th one is. We do not have a Chick-fil-A yet. I mean, we have ones,
It's not in our city.
Within driving distance, but not within our city. Not within our convenience. Because, for me, I'm not going to drive 30 minutes for Chick-fil-A. If
it's on the way, sure.
Put down your stones, everyone listening. But I'm not. I'm not driving that far for Chick-fil-A. If I'm in the area, maybe, but I'm not.
Now, Publix does have the Chick-fil-A sauce.
They do.
So you can get that. But
They do.
Yeah.
Which, again, put down your stones. But that is really good on a burger. Have you ever had Chick-fil-A sauce on a burger?
No, Emily, I have not tried that.
Morally wrong to do that?
Morally wrong?
Morally wrong than a bunch of cows holding up a bunch of signs encouraging you to eat chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's creative, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Although it's also offensive because you're assuming that the cows don't know how to spell right. I mean, how do you know they can't spell chicken right?
Those ones clearly can't.
Yeah.
You know.
I see.
I think it just kind of makes them a little endearing.
See, why don't they have something called like cow or burger fillet, and it would be chickens, encouraging you to eat more cow, eat more beef, beef fillet,
beef fillet, or pork fillet, where the chickens and the cows work.
Pig fillet,
pig fillet,
where
the cows and the chickens
Why do they call it Chick-fil-A?
Work together and want you to eat pigs instead.
There you go.
No, that's a good question. Why is it called Chick-fil-A? Like, how did they come up with that name?
Like
a fillet of fish?
I'm
but you don't hear
so.
fillet of chicken.
Well, not until Chick-fil-A. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
But it's not Chick-fil-A as in a fillet of fish. Fillet of fish is Filet.
Right. And
Chick-fil-A to fish.
Chick
FIL
dash FIL, dash A. Is it like chicken fills your abdomen? Is that what it's short for? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
There you go. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
This is
our
don't
new
think
segment,
that
Things You Didn't Want to Know. Wasn't something like that we had last week where it's like, educational things I didn't really want to know.
So when they founded it, apparently in 1967, so it's been around for a while, longer than
50,
I've known about it. Actually, longer than I've been alive.
Yes,
so, but much longer than I've ever known about it. But they wanted it to reflect like top quality, so they chose
like
chicken.
filet mignon.
They chose chick to represent the chicken, obviously, and fillet as a play on words on the word fillet. Fillet. So like.
Okay,
it's spelled differently, but
fillet.
it's
and I have
it's
to
a
say,
play on words.
I mean, it's the most high quality fast food restaurant.
Have you read PDQ though? PDQ chicken's pretty good. I might get some haters from this, but
I've heard the name. I don't think I've actually ever been there.
It's pretty tasty.
They
have these zucchini fries, which you'd think, why bother? Just get regular fries. They're so good.
I don't know.
They're battered.
They're not
really
healthy. I don't know if I could do it.
What?
I said I just think of Mr. Nezzer, and I don't think I could do it.
Okay, but
come on, VeggieTales fans.
Well, do you think of Bob the tomato? I was going to say. I mean, I feel like Bob is much more endearing character, but you pour that ketchup on like it's no problem.
Well, it's a ketchup. It's not sliced tomato.
See, like,
do you ever eat
cucumber?
Sliced tomato?
I can't do
occasionally, but not
do
often because it's very acidic. What about pickles?
I can't. I can't really do cucumber. I can't really do cucumber, but I can do pickles.
Is that because of VeggieTales?
No, I just don't really like cucumber, but
it's not good.
For some reason, cucumbers I could actually do as a kid because it was a lot easier to chew and swallow. It didn't have to remain in your mouth as long. It just you don't like to eat like the flavor and everything like that. You don't have to endure that. Like some things you have to chew a whole lot and you have to endure the flavor. There wasn't much of a flavor to a cucumber, and that's why I liked it because it just was gone. I can eat my vegetable because you have to eat vegetables. But you don't have to endure it for a long time.
So you ate Larry.
I guess so, yeah. So I suppose I could do zucchini fries
anyway,
if I wanted to.
Back to what I'm saying, though.
Back to my story.
PDQ, it's kind of like it's kind of like fast food. Anyway, it's pretty good chicken. So.
Well, see, I like.
Is it like fried chicken or is it like grilled?
It's like fried chicken, like chicken tenders.
Oh, okay.
I mean the. Chick-fil-A's batter on there. Of course I don't eat that anymore, but when I used to eat it, I mean it's kind of hard to beat, but I would still say the PDQ chicken is pretty good.
I'll try it sometime.
See, I like their speed of service. Like even during you're not concerned when you see a busy Chick-fil-A, you know you're going to get serviced quick and well. because they get someone out there with that little tablet and taking your order and payment, and you know.
That's true.
So you know, other restaurants, if you see it's busy, let's go somewhere else. But Chick-fil-A, you're like,
yeah, I have to say, I don't think any other fast food restaurant
does service like that.
Service like that. Yeah.
And I forget where I was, and I thought, oh, this person worked at Chick-fil-A because they took my order, and I said, okay, thank you. And they're like, my pleasure. And I'm like, you used to work at Chick-fil-A, didn't you? I didn't say it.
You're like, I caught you.
I know.
Chick-fil-A employee in disguise.
Although I feel like there was one place where it was more than one employee that said it to me, and I'm like, your manager used to work for Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
But yeah, I guess you'd have to do a side-by-side comparison of PDQ and Chick-fil-A.
You have to do a blind taste test.
Yeah.
And of course, now, see, so for me, Chick-fil-A, I don't care so much about the Chick-fil-A sandwich. I'm more into the tenders and the nuggets.
It's pretty much all I get
but
is the tenders.
There was that debate before of which was better, chicken sandwich, which was Popeye's chicken sandwich, or Chick-fil-A.
I don't know. I haven't been to a Popeyes. Like, I don't actually. Have I ever been to a Popeyes?
I don't think I've ever been to a Popeyes.
I don't think I've ever been to a Popeyes.
I've been once. It was okay.
If I did, it was like maybe once.
Yeah.
Like maybe once.
See, I enjoy chicken, but I don't really go to chicken places. Like Chick-fil-A is what I'll do, but other, like, I mean, okay, KFC, I guess, but not often. I mean, it's not like
I don't know. I don't really like KFC a whole lot.
Yeah. I like the potato wedge, but
those are really good.
That's, yeah. I don't know how we got on this rabbit trail.
I don't know. Food has been the
something
theme.
about Chick-fil-A, but I don't remember how.
Chick-fil-A?
I don't remember why we started talking about Chick-fil-A.
I'm not sure. Well, you'll probably figure it out in the editing.
It was about the McDonald's or something like that. And the McDonald's in the area.
Because we don't have a Chick-fil-A.
We don't have a Chick-fil-A.
We don't have a Chick-fil-A in the area.
How we got to the... It's that, it's that backtracking of how did we get here. We were talking about the McDonald's for some reason, but...
Yeah.
Because we lived here for 10 years, right? That's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's there we go. I traced the circle back and on the beginning.
There we go.
There you go. So amongst all that, we're not familiar with our local restaurants.
We don't know what we have. We just know what we don't have. That's not true. But there are some. We do know, like I said, we do know all the pizza places.
Yeah.
So if you need some help finding a good pizza place, hit us up. We will let you know.
There you go.
Emily.
And I can even tell you.
I don't know where all of the good pizza places are.
And I can even take it a step further and tell you where to get good gluten-free pizza.
Mm-mm.
So
there you go.
Just saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. It's been 10 years since we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of remember most of the 10 years in like segments of like this happened and that happened. Like when the church was starting, we went to a couple different, locations as we were just beginning to build up. I remember, when we were here and we were here, before we got to where we are now, it was, the biggest location, able to get the most growth going there and everything, something most solid. But
yeah,
it's definitely been an adventure, but
definitely.
It's one of those things where people ask, is it worth it? If you could change it, would you not do it? Like, nah, I'd do it. I wouldn't.
Maybe do some things differently, but definitely would do it again.
Like coming here at all, for sure. I would definitely,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have a favorite memory from the past 10 years? Throw you on the spot.
Favorite memory.
I don't know. A lot of it does kind of blur for me. I do remember it in like sections.
Yeah.
Well, one memory that was fun, we did have at one point passes to Disney World because used to be, they don't do it so much anymore. It used to be when you moved to Florida, they'd give you a pretty good deal on an annual pass, and they cranked the price way up since then. So, and anyway, but I'll move on from that. But they did have one time where the park, it was a leap year, and so the park was going to be open for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's
actually.
right. Yeah.
So we went there, the three of us. Our parents came and went, but the three of us got there at midnight.
Did it open at midnight?
Did it open at midnight?
No, wasn't
No,
it? It was
6
6 to
in the
6,
morning.
wasn't it?
Oh, was it 6
It was
a.m.
like
to
6
6
in the morning
p.m.?
or something.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
that.
'Cause 6 a.m.
It was
to
like
Okay.
a crazy hour.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So we get there when it opens, the opening ceremony, and then we did every single ride.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think, did we catch like every single show they had? I
I
think.
don't think we caught every show.
No?
Or
I know our goal was to do every ride and every like guest like character. We did the character spots and stuff too, or
Oh,
at least
yeah,
Mickey.
we
For
saw
sure. I
it.
don't know if we did every
I don't
character.
think we did
spot?
I
everyone.
don't think we did every, but our goal
We
was
definitely
to do.
went to
I thought
see-
our only goal was to do every ride.
Maybe.
yeah,
But I think we
But
caught most of the shows.
we were trying to
I mean,
do 24 hours too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay
I
there for
remember
the whole
I
24 hours.
Couldn't make a full 24 hours.
Did
I had to
did
go
we
back to the
make it?
hotel.
I'm pretty sure we made it, but I was falling asleep on the bus back.
That's what
but
it was.
The two of you did.
Yeah, you-
I
Yeah.
checked
You
out
cut
early.
I was
out
getting a
early.
little.
I made every ride because we did that pretty early in the day. Actually,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it didn't take as
Actually, I
long as
think
we
it was-
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it was pretty fun.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
getting a little, not quite slap happy, but
Yeah.
sleep deprived nervousness there.
Well, and it was fun because they
Yeah.
had this like clock, or it was like a clock face that you could go and take a picture in front of, and then you could do your arms for like what time it was. And so I think every so often we'd like go
Oh,
there
okay.
and like take a picture in front of it.
Hmm.
I have a couple pictures from there.
I say I don't remember taking
that,
pictures in
but-
front of it, but
Yeah.
it was a 24-hour thing. It's all blurry.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. It was
That
a
was fun.
crazy little thing
Yeah.
to do, but it was fun. I mean, that's
I like all nighters, kind of, sort of.
hmm
When you're doing it for fun and not because you're cramming homework in or something like that.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I don't think I've ever got quite to an all-nighter for homework, but
No, yeah,
No.
never. I don't think I've ever done an all nighter for homework. Yeah.
Oh, I have multiple times.
I did
Queen of
Probably like
procrastination when
3
it comes to homework.
3 in the morning maybe, but like not all night. Like where I saw the sun come up. I don't remember
Yeah.
doing anything like that.
I've had it where I've like, I think it was for sociology. I hated that class. And so I was just trying to pass it, and had a paper due, and I stayed up all night to turn it in, and I turned it in within an hour of when it was due.
So
I
you
finished writing it and then submit. It was an online class.
Submitted it within the
Yeah.
hour. Wow.
And
You
then
know-
my first like big paper I had to write for college, I waited and I did all my like research, and like I would gather all my research and
Mhm.
everything that I would need for the paper, but then to sit down and write it, I waited until like 10 o'clock the night before it was due, and it was like due at like 8 a.m.
I think I did something like that too though, but it didn't take me
Yeah.
as long.
That was when I lived on campus. I was good friends with the vending machine. And I got Pop-Tarts and Zingers, and I forget what else I got out of the thing. But I went into the little computer lab in the dorm, and I just typed away.
Nice.
Yeah, the thing is, I think
time.
most of my classes, the due date was at midnight anyways.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
you have to get it in by midnight,
Yeah.
or you don't
Right.
get it in on time at all anyway. So
So cramming to the last hour would be 11 o'clock. And
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
not 8 in the morning
Right.
or something.
All right. Well, you guys didn't share your
Hmm.
favorite memories.
Well,
I saw what you tried to do.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
since you mentioned Disney, it did remind me. Disney used to have a thing that they called Night of Joy, and I think it's
Mhm.
gone
Mhm.
now
Yeah.
after like
Yeah.
20 years
Another
or something of
reason we
doing it.
stopped
Yeah.
going.
Basically, they got like a bunch of Christian music artists and set them up in different places throughout the park, and had 3 or 4, probably closer to 3 concerts going at a time, and then they had several mini shows throughout the night, so you get tons and tons of bands, and they had 2 nights, so there was some who would play the first night and other bands who would play the other night.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. We went as a church several times and hung out in the park and listened to all these Christian music artists.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, that's sad they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was they moved it out of the main park and moved it over to their sports center. So then nobody really wanted to go to that because you're still paying the same price as if you were going to the main park.
Right.
And you could still go to the main park, but it was by time
something that was really cool
by time you wait on to get on the bus to get over to the other area and get over there, it's 30-minute ride.
Just for the ride too,
at
right?
least just to get there.
There's something cool about looking at Cinderella's castle and their skillet.
Yeah.
Of course, at that
doing
point
fireworks
in time,
behind
I actually didn't. At that point in time, I was not as fan. It took me a while to warm up to heavier rock stuff, so I wasn't a fan of skillet at the time, so it wasn't as cool at the moment.
Yeah.
But
and it had fireworks, which weren't my favorite.
I got to watch Skillet.
Yeah, but then you're
Disney
like,
World.
I like them now when I got to actually
to
hear John Cooper talk about. I was like, okay, they're cool, but.
I think one of the first times I saw For King and Country was there. At Night of Joy.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Must have been early when they were starting out.
Yeah, they didn't have too much music out yet at that time, I think.
No, they did.
Well, they had one. I thought they had one album.
They got
they were
one
releasing their second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or maybe 2. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool. You'd be sitting there waiting to get on Space Mountain. It's oh, there's Michael Tate getting on. You'd see that would be fun too. You'd see different ones walking throughout the park. All right, Matthew.
I feel pressure. I feel like it has to be a Disney.
No, it doesn't have to be Disney. That was just the first. I have lots of favorite memories. That was just the first one that popped into my brain.
I know a couple that passed through my mind. I think I've already told on the podcast before. So but learning bass was kind of cool. Looking back at the time, of course, I wasn't happy with it, but looking back, it was that was a fun memory. And then something that always stuck out to me was the one time when it was just when we first starting out at this point. It was only 2 families. Here was us and another family at this point with the church, and they had gone up north for vacation. And so it was just our family, and where we were renting from, we had to take everything to the building to set up for the church. And it was well, it's just going to be us. Would it be worth it? And, our dad said, well, maybe this is the one time that someone, has seen the ads and wants to actually come to church, and we're not there. So let's do it. And it's just something that always stuck out to me because no one did show up that time. There's, I'm running the screens with the scriptures of the side, and, our dad's giving the message, and then it's just the 3, you and the 2 of you and mom and out there in the congregation area. But, it was still just kind of cool. I always feel that, from where we are now and where we're going, that God saw the faithfulness and he blesses things that, people who are faithful. And so he saw that, and that just always, stuck out to me, and that,
yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's my favorite, over the course of 10 years. Some of the things we did more recently, we've talked about the Christmas thing. That's been really fun.
Yeah.
But over the whole, thing we've been there, I think that's one of the big things that stuck out.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, I did think of another one that's not Disney related. When we used to do
not that Disney was bad.
We used to do did a couple times a New Year's Day bike ride.
Oh yeah.
And it was what 20-mile round trip, right? Or no?
Not quite that much, I thought.
No, I think it may have been.
It was 10 miles up there and then 10 miles back, I thought.
I think it was because it was pretty close
to a
marathon.
Closer to 8 maybe, but
okay.
Somewhere around there. Yeah,
so there's a local bike trail.
It goes from our city up to
Yeah.
And it hurts a little bit to make that bike ride.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
There's people who are athletic and they do it all the time. They're all,
Yeah.
But when you do it once a year, it's a special thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a little longer.
I know. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to work back up to that again.
Boy, howdy. I'd have to, like they say, it's just like riding a bicycle. I hope it's true because I'd have to get back into riding a bike. I hadn't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That was lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
shall we wrap it up?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right. Well, I'll pray then. Father, I come to you in Jesus' name. And Father, I just pray for everyone listening, Father, Lord, that you would help them to have a good week, Father, and that you would keep them safe. And I thank you, Father, for these things. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you all for listening, tuning in, or gearing back up to keep on going here.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, comments, prayer requests, cool things, favorite memory over 10 years, arguments about Chick-fil-A. No, I'm kidding. Please don't. Don't send hate mail. But no. If you have any questions, anything like that, you can send it to us at 3pks@ibound.org. Or, it's basically 3pks, but 3pks@ibound.org.
That's
you can email us there.
Number 3.
Number 3, the digit numero tres. Anyway,
Numero.
the number 3, PKS. And then we have Facebook and YouTube. You can comment on that stuff there. With the podcast is also on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. I don't remember if I mentioned that one last time, but iHeartRadio. You can find us on there. Subscribe to it. Tell other people. Tell a friend. Tell another. Tell a PK. Whatever. Share it. Have fun. And join us next time.
Yes.
Until then,
I gotta go check on the meat jello.
Meat jello.